Congressman Ted Lieu is a Democrat from California, member of the House Judiciary Committee. And Congressman, the president has now been publicly calling for the FBI and the Justice Department to investigate his political opponent. What is your reaction to that?
Thank you, Chris, for your question. Fundamental to American democracy is the rule of law. That means people need to believe that when law enforcement opens an investigation or prosecutes someone, that's based on the evidence and not on political ideology. And that's what makes the president's comments so dangerous. He believes it's okay to use their incredible coercive power of their federal government to go after political enemies. That is wrong, and it's also, by the way, obstruction of justice.
Okay, so the argument on the other side is that these are the wailings of a fundamentally impotent individual, that were he actually directly ordering the Department of Justice to do this, that would be one thing, but he's just kind of whining about it on Twitter the way that anyone watching Fox News might, and therefore less of a threat and doesn't cross the line. What do you make of that argument?
I suppose if this was Donald Trump, the real estate developer, doing things on Twitter, it'd be different. But he's the president of the United States. And if he, in fact, is under investigation, we don't know if he is, but if he is, then he has now either endeavored to influence or directly try to influence the investigation because of all these comments he's making, trying to distract or threaten or make Attorney General Sessions do something different or the Department of Justice do something different. This is obstruction of justice right out plain for everyone able to see.
You know, there are two other recent instances of him essentially, injecting himself into judicial proceedings. One is the tweet that he had about the alleged murderer who pledged to ISIS here in New York City should get the death penalty. Lots of worry that that could corrupt that case, make it more difficult for prosecutors. And then just today, Bo Bergdahl, of course, who deserted his post, was handed down a sentence in which he will get no time. And part of the citation, part of the issue in the trial was that the president had exerted undue command influence by opining on the case.
Chris, that's an excellent point. I was a former prosecutor in the U.S. Air Force. I was a JAG. And command influence is one of the greatest problems that militaries face. When you have commanders, and Donald Trump is a commander-in-chief, trying to influence proceedings. And it makes it hard then for military jurors or judges to try to be objective and do the right thing. Keep in mind, the president also has no idea what the facts were in this case. He didn't watch this court-martial. He didn't watch the trial or see the mitigating circumstances. So I don't even know how you opine on it without even knowing the actual facts.
I think, I want to go back to this idea of obstruction of justice. So what he's doing is obstruction of justice in plain sight. You're on the House Judiciary Committee. Is that an impeachable offense?
Yes, for two reasons. One is it's violation of federal statute. He also has a duty under the Constitution to faithfully execute the laws. And he's not doing that when he says he wants the Department of Justice to go after his political enemies. One of the great things about America is we've got the peaceful transfer of power. When someone wins the election or a political party wins the election, the losers don't fear they're going to be thrown in jail or prison. We can't have that happen because democracy depends on knowing that the rule of law is going to be administered fairly.
All right, Congressman Ted Lieu, great to have you.